Back again, people. We've got a clean workshop. That gate has already gone out and it's a new day, so we're getting on with a new job. So what we've already started doing is we've got our nice long length of alley at 45 degrees in our saw that's already been cut. We're about to spin it over, do the other cut, and we're making a cantilever gate. So let me run you through how to do that. So guys, we are framing up now. We've got all of our parts cut. Sam's just cut the last post. He's about to clean that up. We're beveling our edges because it's quite thick and we want that to get filled up nicely with weld. So we've got our TIG machine ready to go. About 5mm thick, so you want it about 200 amps. I'm still playing around, so clamp this up nicely. Make sure it's all flat. So what I'll probably do is I'll double check it with an angle in between. As long as there's no lifts and it looks like that looks pretty good. Got a slight gap all around that will allow you to fill it up with weld. If it's not quite right, just tighten that bad boy right up. Yeah. And then start tacking up. Always tack up everything before you start welding. Tack up everything, make sure everything is nice and square. So we've got a bar here, we've got a middle bar, then we've got one more about 300mm from the end, and then we have an angled one that comes right down, and then we're going to weld the track at the bottom. Looking good, guys, looking good. So guys, we've got this pretty much framed up, tacked up all good. We've just got to do the final join from this one to this one, which will do our cantilever. We're waiting today on the bottom rail, which is going to be our track for our cantilever, and we're about to start welding up. Since this is quite thick, I think what we need to start doing is preheating the material a little bit, just to give us a little bit extra penetration. Even though we've beveled everything, I think giving them a little bit of a heat to start with will help us out. And it all looks quite straight. Yeah, it looks really straight, so we're happy with that. Yeah, so now if I put another couple tacks on each join, and then I'm gonna start welding. So most likely what you might see next is a time lapse of me welding. However, I will do all the tacks first before I start welding anymore. So I'll catch you guys again in a bit once we start welding. Look at this bad boy for a join, peeps. Not gonna lie, I don't even know why I went for the hard way. Well, I think I do, because it was a 120-degree bend, and instead of cutting 260s, which none of my machines can do, especially that one, because that one's broken, it's not doing anything right now, you bastard. Anyway, so I ended up doing this by hand. Lovely tacks on there, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very satisfied with how it's come out. The dimensions are bang on. There's a 15.9 here. Oh shit, I haven't beveled that one. Gotta bevel that in a second. That's gonna be lovely and hard to do, of course. And while I was welding, guess what happened? My oxygen ran out, of course. Sometimes it just is what it is. But it's all coming along very, very nicely indeed. I am very happy with what I've done today. And I'm now alone in the workshop. Sam is gone. He's now on holiday. All alone.
'Cause I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me.
Akon, play lonely. Come on. But yeah. So, we are in a bit of a predicament. What do we do? Do we give it a go? Which I think I will. There's a couple of joins which I can do without preheating. So I think I'll do them. I'm not gonna lie, these came out really nice, lovely thick joins with the preheating, especially when you put a little bit of a scrubby on there. Corners, I still don't know exactly how to do the corners really nice, but I'm just plugging it on there and then cleaning it up a lot. If anybody's got a better way of doing the corners where I'm not putting so much material on, it's just everything is just melting away so quick. But those I'm really happy with. And then while I was doing one of them, my oxygen bottle decided to run out. I just heard something crack. Did any of you guys hear anything crack? Please none of my tacks start cracking. I was getting a lot of what do you call it? Contamination. I was getting a lot of contamination in my welds the other day, and I really wasn't happy, so yeah, don't touch that. That is very hot. But I think everything here is coming out really nicely. I've got a bit of an issue with one of my materials. Don't know if any of you guys have seen this. I will be calling up Brightons and having a go at them. Look at this. Somebody come and have a look at this. What the is this? I don't even want to say the word. Look at that. The angle is splitting. Of course, the camera is facing me. Look at this. Somebody come and have a look at this. It starts from about here. So I don't know if you guys can see it. These little bubbles. And you've got a massive one here. And you've got a bigger one here. And then this is where the split sort of starts. Then it gets bigger and bigger. And then there's a massive air bubble in here. And then loads over here. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you can. Look at that. Look at this. And then when you come in from the corner. See that? Massive split in the angle. Focus on the angle, bitch. Look at this. Look. But anyway, we do have an extra length. Always buy an extra length, just in case. But yeah, I'll be complaining. I'm gonna be a lovely Karen. But yeah, I'm gonna just give it another go with a few of the other connections that I believe I can do. For example, like that top one, I think I can do without heating up. And I do want to try a bit of the inside ones, but I don't think any of them will go in. I think the inside ones do want heating up. And to be fair, I'm very happy because even the one I did heat up here, we don't have any bowing in the material itself. So I'm very happy with that. Normally with aluminium, I'm really scared to get bowing in my material, especially if you're putting a lot of heat to it. But then I suppose if I'm heating it up with the oxy and the propane, then I'm not really putting a lot of heat into it. I'm concentrating heat into the welding place and then welding it much quicker. I think if I was just to crank up the welder and weld it in one go, I think that could probably be worse. But yeah, look at that. All framed up in one day. I will be picking up some oxy later on, and then we've got to do a job on site. So I'll film all the job on site, and that will be a separate video somewhere. Probably Mark's gonna link it somewhere around here. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm really not good at this, am I? I think part of the process of filming your process is filming, and I haven't been filming. So let me just catch you up real quick what we've done. The cantilever gate is already done. Well, pretty much done, all welded up, all nicely cleaned up. And we've actually stuck the bottom sliding rail as well. There's a reason for the gate to be offset. Don't ask me, I don't know. That's what the client asked for. So that's been welded up, it's been cleaned up. I don't know, it just looks a bit too bulky to me. But to be fair, the gate is massive, so. Now, what we've done next is we have cut and clamped up our angle, which is going to sit on the top as our guide rail. And currently, we're looking for our hammer, our soft hammer, alley hammer. We cannot find it. Where the hell is the hammer? I do have another rubber hammer here, but I like the other one because it's got the plastic bit. It just vanished into thin air. I've had quite a day, to be fair, today. Apparently, I've made a mistake on another job. It happens, it is what it is. I've just got to take accountability for my actions and fix it. I do understand stuff happens, so that will need to come back next week to me, and then I've got to fix it and then repowder coat it to give it back to them. Aha, the hammer right in front of me. Tomorrow, we've received, don't fall over, but we've received these today, and we're going to be installing them tomorrow as well. And then a well-deserved holiday. So what I'm gonna do is, because it's getting quite late again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on welding this. Might have to do a bit more heating up, but I'm gonna get on welding this, and then once it gets a little bit too hot for my liking, I'll probably stop, give it a little bit of a minute to cool down. Just gotta mark it up really quick. I should have probably done that before I started clamping stuff on, but yeah, I'm just gonna mark it up really quick, and then yeah, go from there. So, catch you guys in a minute.